Good morning and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning into CNN News 18. I'm Kritsween Valia and here are the top headlines we're tracking this morning at 10 a.m. CNN News 18 accesses CCTV footage in the Tripura student death case. Angel Chakma and his brother can be seen standing in the video near the shop when 6 accused arrive and start hurling racial abuses. Supreme Court to hear plea filed by CBI challenging Delhi High Court order suspending life sentence of Kuldeep Singh Sengar in the 2017 Unnao rape case. NAFTA top court took suo motu cognizance of the Aravali issue. A special bench headed by CJI Suryakant will hear the matter today. Ally versus ally in Tamil Nadu over state's high outstanding debt. DNK hits back, says Congress must fight centre for Tamil Nadu's rightful share. National Capital records air quality in the very poor category. Met Department issues red alert of high dense fog. And Donald Trump hosts President Zelenskyy in Florida and holds phone conversation with Vladimir Putin. Donald Trump says progress made after Ukraine peace talks, but thorny issues remain. And shifting our focus to the big development coming in the Deepam controversy. Madras High Court Judge G.R. Swaminathan has spoken out on the Madurai Deepam controversy. He says, I don't know what's with the Deepam and me. He's also spoken of how he is anticipating a bright future when it comes to this entire controversy, especially in the wake of the judgment that's coming from the court. Let's listen in to what exactly has been said by the Madras High Court Judge.
எனக்கும் இந்த தீபத்துக்கு என்ன பொருத்தம்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. தீபத்துக்கு ஏற்ற போறாங்கன்னா ஆண்டவாக தீபத்தை ஏற்ற போறோம்னு கிளம்பினேன். உடனே யார் நம்ம தான் நினைக்கிறேன். ஐயா நீங்களே ஏற்றக்கூடாதுங்க ஐயா, உங்களை ஏற்ற அனுமதிக்க மாட்டாயா, உட்காருங்க அவங்க இடத்துலயே அப்படித்தான். உடனே ரொம்ப ஏமாற்றமா போயிடுச்சு எனக்கு. பரவாயில்ல, தீபம் ஏற்றக்கூடிய நாள் வரும் உறுதியா நம்புறேன்.
Purnima Murli joins us with more details. Purnima, it was the Madras High Court order that permitted devotees to light a lamp on the hilltop pillar in Madurai, which, remember, was just the beginning of this political back and forth between the DMK and the Bharatiya Janata Party and DMK's political opponents in the state. But what do you make of the pointed remarks that have come in from the Madras High Court Judge G.R. Swaminathan? Help put this entire reaction in context for us.
Well, the DMK and its allies have, in fact, made statements against the judge, and this statement by Justice Swaminathan once again saying that the time for the Deepam to be lit at the Deepathoon will come very soon hasn't gone down well with the DMK and its allies, including the Congress. They say that these statements made by the judge is condemnable. They say that there should be a neutral perspective and the judge should not take a stance as far as such issues are concerned. These are the statements made by the DMK. The reason why they moved an impeachment motion in the parliament as well. The DMK not happy with some of the statements made by Justice Swaminathan, including the one now made by him. However, interesting developments ahead as far as the Tirupurukundram issue is concerned. One, of course, the Madurai bench has now reserved the order. It's likely to be out post the 7th or 8th of Jan. We could expect the next political developments on that front. And there's also a festival celebrated at the Dargah on the 6th of January, when we can expect some protests to erupt, especially from the Hindu group. So this statement made by Justice Swaminathan once again hasn't gone down well with the DMK. The DMK says that the judge should be neutral and not go in favor or come out in favor of one particular community, is a statement made by the DMK and its allies. But politics over this statement is likely to escalate. We'll now have to wait and see how the Bharatiya Janata Party now reacts to this statement by Justice Swaminathan. So DMK's comments have come in already. Purnima, we've seen the kind of political backlash that's come in from the DMK ever since this judgment came out. The Madras High Court judgment came out and paved the way essentially for lighting of the Deepam. The state government has been challenging the directive ever since. The district administration has continuously blocked devotees from the site.
What's the one explanation that the DMK is offering in making this move?
Well, the DMK and the Tamil Nadu's argument, as far as the Deepam Rao is concerned, they say that the fundamental question in this case is whether the Deepathoon exists, whether it's the real Deepathoon. That's the fundamental question. And also says that for the last 100 years, the Deepam has been lit at the Uchipalaya temple. And that was the same custom that was followed this year. They are not against one particular community, but they are following the age-old custom. And the Deepathoon in question, the fundamental question is whether this is the real Deepathoon, and there have been several arguments put forth. One, of course, is whether this is the real Deepathoon, and the other argument is that
let's bring in a DMK voice. Sorry for that interruption, Poonam. I'll come back to you in just a bit. Mr. A. Sarvanan of the DMK joins us on the broadcast. Good morning, sir. What are your thoughts? The Madras High Court Judge G.R. Swaminathan has spoken out on the entire controversy, and he says sooner or later this will happen. It's a position that is strongly being opposed by the DMK.
It is highly improper that the judge had spoken about a judgment on a forum outside the court. The judicial conduct, the rules, the ethics that is followed by judges, I think he has breached that. I don't know why he is so personally interested in the judgment. See, because a judge may commit a mistake, give wrong judgments, that is why we have this 3-tier appeal system in our country. And if a judge gives the judgment, the only thing is it has to be dispassionate. The very fact that he is keeping on speaking about it, harping about it, expressing his personal desire, makes it very clear that the judgment was not dispassionate. This is a worrisome aspect. This is a very worrisome aspect because we put the judges in a higher pedestal. We call them my lords. We expect them to be impartial and dispassionate. But when they make such statements in the public, it really pains us that a judge is doing all these things outside the court halls, speaking in public events about the judgments he has passed, especially when he's still occupying the post. I think this is very improper.
And you're taking it further in that direction, Mr. Sarvanan,
See,
because
already there is an
DMK has
impeachment
initiated.
motion. No, we have already taken an impeachment motion against the same judge. Of course, not for the Thiruparangundram controversy. The impeachment motion was for various other judgments, how he has mixed his ideology with the judgments he has passed. So, on those scores, the impeachment motion is pending.
Okay, many thanks, Mr. Sarvanan, for clearing the air and really giving us the DMK perspective this morning. Let's see how the BJP responds to these comments and the entire controversy, including the reaction that's come in from the DMK in the latest. Shifting our focus now to more news. Remarks by Congress functionary Praveen Chakravarti have also stirred a massive controversy. Rahul Gandhi's close aide compared Tamil Nadu's debt to Uttar Pradesh's, putting the DMK Congress alliance under strain ahead of the 2026 assembly elections. Now, Chakravarti claimed Tamil Nadu's debt has surpassed Uttar Pradesh's and called the rising interest burden alarming, countering DMK leader Kanimodi's assertion that the state is now development-oriented. In response, DMK leaders reacted sharply to the comments, stating that the state received less funds from the government than Uttar Pradesh. While the BJP mocked the alliance, the Bharatiya Janata Party state president, including other leaders, accused the DMK of misrepresenting data and also said that state's debt had doubled under its rule, questioning whether the dispute reflects deeper cracks within the INDI bloc. First up, let's listen into the host of reactions that have come in.
Yeah, I think he is going to join TVK. That is why I understand. Because the leadership, Congress leadership, wants to be with us. Everybody claims, every state ruled by opposition parties say that the money given by the government of India is much less. And the money given to the state governments which were ruled by BJP is much more. They take away our share of money. They have pickpocketed our money. That is the commercial taxes, which was earlier the revenue source for the state. But we don't want to stop any good scheme to the people. So we are borrowing.
Purnima Murli continues to stay on with us. Purnima, we've just heard the clarification and how the DMK views this comment that's been made by Congress functionary Praveen Chakravarti. It does put the alliance in a spot, and the Bharatiya Janata Party is most certainly taking or using that as an opportunity. But what is the reaction so far from Congress in Tamil Nadu? Ben, we've heard it from the DMK and the BJP. What about the Congress?
Well, the Congress maintains that it's just an observation and one shouldn't read too much into it, and goes on to say that the DMK and Congress alliance in Tamil Nadu is very much intact, even as there have been speculations of Congress holding discussions with Vijay's Tamaraga Vetri Karagam. Both the DMK and the Congress maintain that all is well and that the alliance is very much intact, and political analysts say that this is also a way for the Congress to ensure that they get more seats, and even though the DMK will not offer as much as the Congress wants, the Congress is just trying to posture itself ahead of the 2026 State Assembly polls, and this is just a way to get more seats from the DMK is what political analysts say. But however, so far they've said that it's just an observation and it shouldn't be taken out of context is the official statement that's coming in from the Congress as well.
Okay, the Bharatiya Janata Party continues to mock the alliance, and there is a lot of news that has been coming in on the possible future of the Congress in terms of alliance or a future possibility with the TVK. So far, with the TVK also finding a mention in all of these conversations, has the party cleared its stance? Has it shown keenness in teaming up with the Congress so far? Is there a possibility which explains why the Bharatiya Janata Party could be using this as an opportunity to take on the INDI bloc? Purnima?
Well, the TVK has neither confirmed nor denied the possibility of a TVK Congress alliance in the future. The TVK continues to reiterate that anybody who is ready to accept Vijay as the chief ministerial candidate is welcome to join hands, and they reiterate that their political enemy is the DMK and their ideological enemy is the BJP, and any other party that's open to an alliance with the TVK is welcome. They've neither confirmed nor denied the possibility of TVK Congress alliance. However, sources from the Congress say that they will go with the DMK for the 2026 elections because the Congress in Tamil Nadu, with the help of the DMK, will do better, is what Congress leaders have said. But some of them say that if they are offered fewer seats, then they should reconsider it. So, mixed reactions from the Congress. Several Congress leaders have several opinions, but over the next 1 month, there will be clarity in terms of how alliances shape in the state.
And a lot of questions will be answered as and when that happens. Purnima, stay on with us. CNN News 18's Pallavi Ghosh joins us on the broadcast too. Pallavi, this problem or the situation is something that the INDI bloc finds itself in, not just in the state of Tamil Nadu. We've seen these signs come in from across the country. How do you broadly look at this and what the future holds for the INDI bloc?
See, if you go back to Rahul Gandhi's style of politics when he first made his debut, his idea was that at the end of the day, the Congress really needs to go it alone. Otherwise, in any kind of a coalition politics, is the first party to be eaten up is Congress, because the regional parties would want to assert themselves. But such is the nature of politics. Going alone for any one party, even if it's a national party, has become very difficult. Even the BJP understands that, which is why the BJP is a part of the NDA alliance. Now, unlike the BJP, where it's continues to maintain its dominant position within the NDA alliance, the Congress has now become very subservient to the power play coming in from the regional parties. And wherever they've been in an alliance with any other regional party, they've usually lost their identity. We've seen that happen in Bihar at one point of time, for example, in West Bengal. What the Congress is now trying to do, at least a section of the Congress party, to salvage the situation, at least in Tamil Nadu, because they're looking at Vijay as an alternative with his traction among women as well as the young voters. The Congress's calculation is we just have 17 seats, so it's okay, we can afford to take a risk. But there's a divide once again. The divide, of course, as we've been pointing out, many of the Congress MPs from the state are not very gung-ho about it because they see the political future in peril minus the DMK. But if you look at the national perspective, how does the India bloc look? It looks like yet another alliance is in jeopardy. It's disjointed. The Congress party is belatedly trying to play the big brother and occupy a dominant position. But as Digvijay Singh himself pointed out at the CWC, a party can only win elections, Christine, if its organization is strong. You can think of branching out and going it alone and assert yourself as a lead player in the India bloc if you have a strong report card. But look at the report card of Congress, less than 10 seats in Bihar, where it played very strong role, did not want to announce Tejasvi Yadav as a CM face. You look at Jammu and Kashmir, today Omar Abdullah is very public in his criticism of the Congress party. Look at West Bengal, where's the Congress party over there? Kerala is one state they need to win because the cyclical pattern was broken by Pinarayi Vijayan when he came back to power the second time round. If this time round the Congress loses, the entire flame will come on Priyanka Vadra, who's an MP from there, and also on the Congress party. So the Congress at this point of time looks weak, feels weak, and this is even after celebrating 140 years of the foundation day, but still it does not know how to assert itself.
And it's a sign that Congress's allies in other parts of the country are also watching out very closely and perhaps to an extent worried about it as well, because this does have a negative impact on the alliance going forward. Thank you, Pallavi and Purnima, for joining us with those details. Shifting our focus now to more news we're tracking from Karnataka, and a significant development regarding the mass demolition drive at Kogilu layout. The Karnataka State Human Rights Commission has taken serious cognizance of the complaint filed by human rights activist T. Narasimha Murthy. A high-level delegation led by the State Human Rights Commission Chairman Shyam Bhatt is scheduled to visit the demolition site. Do remember, this again has been a politically contentious issue that has been playing out the last few days. I do want to go across to Rohini, who joins us with more details. Tell us what you make of the latest as far as the demolition drive is concerned. The Karnataka State Human Rights Commission now taking serious cognizance of the complaint which was filed by a human rights activist very recently.
Well, apart from the fact that this issue now has snowballed so much that the Karnataka government now has to step in such a way that not only the State Human Rights Commission has decided that they will come and take up this issue, we're also having Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar going to be visiting the site later this afternoon. We've also seen that the Housing Minister, Zamir Ahmed, visited this particular demolition area yesterday. And let's remember, this is after almost 9 days after the demolition drive took place. Till then, they had not seen any of the Congress leaders or MLAs or ministers even arriving there. The issue also snowballed with the Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan talking about the bulldozer mafia, as well as the way the entire issue took place, especially saying that the UP bulldozer attitude is now being brought to South India. Now let's also look at it quickly. The State Human Rights Commission says that the way the demolition drive took place, how people have been rendered homeless with no roof above their heads. Quite cold, biting cold in the it's quite around 12 degrees in Bangalore specifically, and also it's quite hot in the day. In spite of that, people have to stay without a roof on their heads, young children, aged, handicapped, and these are people who are sections of society who largely belong to the fakirs, or they are largely gypsies, and some of them also are those who are seek alms on the street. So they are not somebody who can, and they have built, they say, these little houses of their own with the money they have been saving over the last 20-25 years. Now, in terms of what we are seeing immediately is that the Karnataka government and D.K. Shivakumar, who is the Deputy Chief Minister, had announced that under the Rajiv Gandhi housing scheme, they would possibly look at relocating these people. The officials of the Rajiv Gandhi housing scheme have now arrived on this scene. They have a list of around 180 houses. They're trying to match the names of those people who are here along with the names of the list of the people that they have already. Now, we have to also understand that these people have been staying for more than 2 decades. They have an Aadhaar card, they have a voter ID card, they have a ration card, they have an LPG cylinder card. Now the question is, if they are not already people or residents of Karnataka or Bengaluru, how did they get these documents? And these are valid documents. And they're showing also in terms of a temporary relief that they had got from the government itself, saying they are allowed to continue to stay there. Now relocation is going to be an issue. If the Karnataka government, and especially if they take a decision of relocating them, have they already identified an area where these people can be already done? And the second and most important thing is, this has become a political row between not just between Karnataka and Kerala. And if any rehabilitation takes